Hello mathematicians, here is multiplication homework number 2. 41 times 5, one digit per box will help keep your work nice and neat. 5 times 1, then 5 times 4. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20. Let's do the one right next door. 23 times 6. 6 times 3 and 6 times 2. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Down below, 24 times 8. 8 times 4 and 8 times 2. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 3 is 19. Right next door, 32 times 9, 9 times 2, and 9 times 3. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. The last two on the page, same process, a 3-digit number times a 1-digit number. 265 times 3. We're going to do 3 times 5, 3 times 6, 3 times 2. So we're going to multiply that bottom digit by all the digits on the top. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6, 18. Plus 1 is 19. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. And the last one on the page, 418 times 4. We're going to do 4 times 8, 4 times 1, 4 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7, and 4 times 4 is 16. On to the back, where we'll be multiplying now by a double-digit number. So if you're multiplying by 2 digits, there's going to be twice as much work. 34 times 15. And let's ignore our 1 at first, and let's do 5 times 4 and 5 times 3, just like we did when multiplying with a single digit. So we're going to multiply the 5 times everything on the top. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 more is 17. Now I've used that 2, so I'm going to cross it off so I don't get confused as I do the next step. Now we're going to multiply the 1 times everything on the top. But remember, it's not really a 1. That 1 is in the tens place, so in order for everything to be lined up as it should, that 1 is really a 10. If we put a 0 here all the time, every time you multiply by a 2-digit number, put that 0 there so everything gets bumped to the correct spot, because it's really a 10 that we're working with. All right, so we're going to do 1 times 4 and 1 times 3. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. Add it together, and that will be our final answer. And the last two on the page, 23 times 21. It's very important, especially with a 2-digit multiplication problem, that you keep everything nice and lined up, especially for that last step of addition. All right, let's ignore that 2 on the bottom for now, and let's do 1 times 3 and then 1 times 2. So we're going to multiply 1 times all the digits on the top. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. And now let's multiply the 2 times all the digits on the top. 2 times 3 and 2 times 2. But remember that that 2 is really a 20. Always, 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 you must put that 0 there, because it's not really a 2, it's really a 20 that we're multiplying with. So putting that 0 there bumps everything to the correct column, so everything will line up properly. All right, 2 times 3 first. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. Add everything together for our final answer. And finally, the last one, 45 times 23. We're going to multiply 3 times all the digits on the top, and then the 2 times all the digits on the top. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. I'm going to cross out that 1 since I've already used it. Now we're going to multiply the 2 times everything on the top. But it's really a 20, so don't forget that 0. That 0 always will go there when multiplying by a 2-digit number, because it's really a 20 we're multiplying with. 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. Add it all together for our final answer. Okay, here are the answers for the first page. And the second page. Okay, kids, I'll see you in class.